So good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you're calling in from. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. It's been a few weeks since we've had a webinar, so it's great to get back into the swing of things. My name is Dr. Chudley Wirch, and I'm CEO and founder at Prevention Plus Wellness LLC, located here in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. And thank you for joining us. So today we've got a lot to show you, but I'll ask for your feedback. So there's going to be a very, very brief poll, just one question. And when I ask you that, I'd like everyone to participate so that I could tailor today's training to your needs. So you can see the topic. It's 5 SPORT, which is the Alcohol and Drug Prevention Plus Wellness programs. And I'm going to walk you through all of those and show you a little bit of each of those if we can, if it all works out well. And at the end of today, I will send everyone who's registered for today's session a PDF of the slides, or just a few slides, and a link to this recorded session. And you're welcome to share those with your colleagues in your region or state. And you'll get a certificate for 1 hour CEU as well. Okay, everybody good? You ready to get going? I am. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. It's just 2 session objectives today. So as I've already said, what you're going to have a chance to do is to examine at least some of the elements of all 5 sport, alcohol, and drug PPW programs as Prevention Plus Wellness. And I will ask you to determine which of these programs best fits you and your organization, or at least which ones are you interested in learning a little bit more about, and that will take care of that objective. So just a couple of objectives for today. Let's take a look at what we'll be talking about. These are the 5 sport PPW programs. So number 1, the original Sport Prevention Plus Wellness program. It's a manualized program, and it comes with a actual physical manual that you get sent in the mail. And this manual includes 2 scripted programs, one to implement your program to youth individually, which is highly tailored and provides feedback to youth individually. And the second script is to provide your program to youth in a group, in any kind of a group setting. So you have that flexibility. You can implement the Sport PPW program, number 1, the manualized program, to youth individually or in a group, in person, as well as online. So we've got all of that covered. This program, the number 1 manual program, also comes with a digital download, a link that you get automatically when you purchase this program. And the download includes the PowerPoint slides that you present during your lesson, and includes all materials that you might need to reproduce to implement your program to any number of youth. So that's the Sport PPW manualized program. This program comes in 3 versions: a high school adolescent, old adolescent, middle school or young adolescent, and an elementary school children's program. So you actually have 3 versions of the original sport manual program. Okay, any questions about this? Did you have anything you want to ask me? Just go to your Q&A or your comments and chat space, I'm sorry, and then just put your question in and we'll get to that at the end of today's session. So if you have a question, if you want more information, let me know. But I will be showing you that a little bit more about that in just a minute. The second program that I wanted to mention is the Sport PPW, as you can see, video program. So what we've done here is we've taken the manualized program and we've put it into a video format. So rather than you as the instructor implementing the program, reading the script out loud, showing your slides to your youth, with number 2, with the video program, you can actually just show the video. So it makes implementation even easier. You really don't need training if you're going to be using the video. And I think there's certainly some situations and settings where the video might be a little bit more appropriate. Perhaps you want individuals that are too busy to have training. And we do offer training, by the way. We offer online and in-person training. The training is very brief. It's, you know, an hour or two. Self-paced training is what we're using at the present moment, which is very popular. You could schedule it when you want. You can complete it when you want. And so, and that training ensures that you have a better understanding of your program, particularly the manual program, because you have to read the script and show your slides. But if you're using the video program, that's number two. I think it's even easier. You just simply show the video and listen to the narration. It shows really beautiful dynamic images of youth engaging in the protective wellness behaviors. All SPORT PPW programs are aimed at preventing alcohol and other substance use and promoting healthy lifestyle behaviors, physical activity and sports. That's where the name comes from. Breakfast and healthy other nutrition, especially fruits and vegetables, plenty of sleep, and even stress control. Those are the behaviors that are integrated, that are all connected in the single session sport program. That's the sport manual program and the video program. And by the way, I will tell you that sport in all of its variations is implemented in all 50 states and abroad, and can be implemented in very, very busy and time-limited situations, whether that's in school or after school or in sports or in boys and girls clubs, YMCAs, juvenile justice, anywhere you can think of where there's youth. The sport program has been implemented. Summer school, as we're going into summer, soon becoming in the summer, there's summer classes, there's wellness training, everywhere sport has been implemented. So video program, again, I see that it's being used by coaches, in some cases juvenile justice. So the video program is just an option. It's a video-based implementation. Any questions about the sport program in a video format? Let me know, write that out in the chat or Q&A space, and I'll answer that in a moment. The third sport program I wanted to mention to you is the parent program. So we have parent programs of, I think, our 5 top programs. Sport, which addresses primarily alcohol use, although the research shows outcomes were effective not just for preventing alcohol, but also tobacco use and marijuana. We've got the marijuana PPW program. We've got the vaping, which is our e-cigarette PPW program. We got the opioid PPW program. So, and my point is, we've got parent versions of all of those. So, and you can learn, by the way, more about all of these programs on our website, preventionpluswellness.com. So the parent program, what is it? Well, we created a program whereby you can train parents in one period, one sit down, which makes it much more feasible than a multi-session parent training program. And you you get PowerPoint slides, and you train parents and caregivers of youth to be able to provide the same positive image and positive behavior communication found in the sport program, including goal setting, to their youth at home. So you're essentially training parents to be implementers, to be providers. So a lot of organizations will implement the sport program manual program in maybe a school setting or what have you, and then they'll train parents to provide that same kind of reinforcing messaging at home, so the youth gets that double messaging, that reinforcing messaging, which is very, very important and can strengthen your program outcomes. So that's why we have the parent program. And the parent program comes with the PowerPoint slides to train your parent group. It comes with step-by-step directions, although we also have online or in-person training if you wish. And thirdly, includes a document or parent materials. We want to give parents, after the training, materials to take home to go back and refer to and remind them. all of that's included in the parent program. So those are the 3 programs thus far. The manual program, that's the original program with the digital download, high school, middle school, elementary school version. We've got a video sport program, which is for adolescents, makes it easier for implementation in some settings. Number 3, we've got the program to train parents in these alcohol messages, positive messages about healthy behaviors, physical activity, sports, nutrition. By the way, stay away from alcohol, interferes with those outcomes and those behaviors and those desired images of yourself in the future. And then here's how to set goals. That's the parent training program. Any questions about the parent training program? Just put your question, your comments in the chat or Q&A space. All right. Number 4 is the Sport 2 program. Now, Sport 2 is our only, I think, our only multi-session program. It's actually 6 sessions or 6 lessons. So we created that as an add-on or a follow-up to the original Sport program. So the Sport 2 program is a manualized program, comes with a physical manual, scripts to implement 6 lessons to youth individually or in a group, high school, middle school, elementary school versions. And what organizations will typically do is they'll implement sport, the original sport, 1 session, and then they'll follow up with some or all of the additional Sport 2 lessons. That's if you have access to youth over a multiple week period. And same thing, Sport 2, like all the sport programs, focuses on avoiding alcohol, drug use, and promotes these protective wellness behaviors. And that's the Sport 2 program. And lastly, brand new, right out of the gate, we've got a sport media campaign, Sport PPW media campaign. So this is for those of you that want to have a broad messaging across the whole school district or a whole region. And that's a media campaign. So media campaigns certainly have a role in getting the word out. The basis, the core content for the media campaign, sport media campaign, is of course the sport evidence-based messaging. By the way, if I haven't mentioned it already, sport, the original manual program, is evidence-based. So, and all of these various versions of sport, whether it's a video or a parent program or Sport 2, or now the media program, are adaptations of the original sport program. So the sport media program includes print materials, it includes social media materials, it includes videos for social media, includes all kinds of things from blogs, and it even includes PowerPoint slide trainings and quizzes. Really, really good jam-packed media campaign, and it could really save you and your organization a lot of time instead of creating your own media campaign from scratch. And the focus is on living a fit and active lifestyle, like all of the Sport PPW programs, and in fact, all PPW programs. and it's ready to use. You just take the content and plug it in. You could enter your logo or colors or whatever you want. And you can have social media, you can put out posters, banners, you can have community and school events, et cetera, lots and lots of content in the Sport PPW media campaign. Any questions about that? Again, last chance, write those in your chat space or your Q&A. So those are the 5 programs we're going to cover today, lots to cover, and we're not going to obviously be able to go into them in depth, but I will be sending you these slides. So you can literally just click today, you can click on these links and it goes right to our webpage, individual web pages on our website, preventionpluswellness.com, and you can learn more about each one of these 5 sport prevention plus wellness programs. And again, go to our website if you haven't been there already. Check out our programs, check out our online and in-person trainings at preventionpluswellness.com. There's our email address, info@preventionpluswellness.com, and there's our telephone number if you need to reach us. And by the way, if you drop in your email and your name, you'll be on our mailing list for our webinars and other announcements. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, let's switch from this to that poll that I was promising you, that very brief one question poll. I'm going to launch it right now. It's been launched. It's coming your way. It's one question. And the question is, which of the following PPW programs do you most want to learn more about? And you could answer multiple items there. You've got all the 5 programs that we discussed. And so take a moment, do answer this single question, because from here on in, I'm going to use your responses to guide me with regard to how much time we could spend on each one of these sport programs, because we really can't go in depth with these programs. In fact, we'll probably have follow-up webinars where we'll just focus on one program, the sport manual program, the media program, the parent program. That's what I'm seeing right now. So let me know which of these that you want to really focus on today, and we'll make sure we cover that. So I'll just give you another few seconds to answer that question. All right, so 75% have participated. Give you just another 20 seconds in case anybody else wants to answer that question. If you have an option, we got 79%, and give you just another 10 seconds yet to go ahead and see if you want to answer. We got 79% have participated, which is a pretty darn good response rate for any survey or poll. All right, so let me go ahead and post those responses for you to let you take a look at them. So the winners are, in terms of your interest in learning more, the original sport program, the manual with digital downloads for high school, middle school, and elementary school students. 53% said that. Actually, I should say the number one winner is the media campaign. That's our new campaign. That's our new program. So we'll definitely want to take a look at that. That's 58% of you. So media campaign first, the original sport second, the parent program third, and then sport 2 and video. So we'll definitely make sure we cover the original sport, the media campaign, and the parent program. And we'll touch base on the other 2 as well. Okay, I'm not sure I was able to share those results with you. I did share them now. And again, the winners are sport media campaign, sport original, followed by sport parent, sport 2, the 6-session program, and sport video. Okay, so I'm going to shut this down, and let me go ahead and pull out the sport original program, because we'll start there, because that's the basis for all the other sport PPW programs. All 5 programs are based on the manual program, because that came first. That's what we developed first. And this is the sport PPW program for this version. And what you're looking at here, by the way, is the manual. So you're looking at the manual, which you would get, and this is the high school version. Again, we have a middle and elementary school version. So the key thing I wanted to share with you is the table of contents, so you know what's in this manual. So there's an introduction, as you can see. There's step-by-step directions for implementation. That said, and by the way, even though this is completely manualized and completely scripted, meaning you literally practice the script and then you read it to your youth individually or in a group. The training that we offer, and particularly now our self-paced, self-scheduled training, really is essential to fully understanding and taking advantage of your program. So highly recommend you don't just buy the manual, but you also, if you use the manual, purchase the training as well. But that is optional. Number 3, you've got a screening survey and goal plan. Why a screening survey and goal plan? It's because all prevention plus wellness programs are evidence-based screening and brief interventions. So what you have is a 3-step process: screen youth for their current health habits, For sport, that's largely alcohol, but then also physical activity, breakfast and nutrition, and sleep. And then after screening, which allows youth to think about what their current health habits are, you use the script in your manual to present the lesson to that youth or that group of youth. You present your lesson, you show your slides, and what you're doing is you're providing feedback on all of those behaviors. Physical activity in the last year, as well as regular physical activity, breakfast and other healthy eating, sleep, and certainly alcohol use, all of those messages. And for all of the health behavior messages like physical activity, not only are you highlighting the benefits, the expectancies, expectations, and the positive images that come with being regularly physically active, like being fit and active and healthy and successful, but your messaging also highlights how alcohol is harmful to those outcomes, those behaviors, those images. And so that's how this is integrated. That's how PPW programs integrate all these behaviors in a single session. So screen youth for their health habits, use the script and the PowerPoint slides to provide feedback. And then that's the motivational piece. And they're motivated now, your youth, if you implement this with a lot of enthusiasm and passion. Then the action piece, the third piece, and that is you walk youth through goal setting. You have them pledge to avoid alcohol and drug use and to improve one or more health behaviors. Could be something related to sleep, like getting more sleep, or going to bed earlier, or shutting off your device, your electronic device before you go to bed. Something related to breakfast or nutrition, one more piece of fruit or vegetable, 15 more minutes of physical activity, one stress relaxation strategy every other day. That's what the goals could be. And that is the action piece. And over time, as youth monitor their goal setting and reset their goals, they'll develop self-regulation skills and self-efficacy. So that's the process. That's why you have a screening, survey, and goal plan. Section 4 is the individual script. That's what you follow if you present your lesson to one youth at a time, where you'd be sitting across from them on a table, give them the screening survey, read them the feedback, show them the slides, and walk them through goal setting. Section 5 or chapter 5 is where you'd implement, use that script to implement your program to 2 or more youth and a group, if you will. Also included section 6, evaluation materials, everything you need to evaluate your program, including an immediate pre-post test, both a paper version as well as an online version that allows you to assess how well your program is working immediately before and after you assess your students, as well as evaluation tools to assess the quality of implementation, fidelity, lots and lots of good evaluation materials. You got follow-up parent flyers. So you actually have in the sport program, the manual program, a set of 4 flyers to get parents involved. And those flyers can be mailed out, handed out, emailed, posted on your website. And we even have a link to a follow-up goal plan if you want to give your students an assignment to complete a second goal plan. And that's what's in your table of contents. Okay. Any questions about the sport manualized program? This is the high school version, comes in middle school, elementary school, and we'll have a follow-up, a training where we'll go into more depth with that, with this program, because I know this was of interest to you. Let's take a look at the parent program. Okay, because I think that was the third on your list. Here's the parent program. Again, what the goal here is to train parents in a single setting to implement essentially the program that you're implementing through the manual program or the video, for example, directly to your youth. And so this is a parent training program. What you're seeing here are the slides. This program, the parent program, also comes with again, step-by-step directions for implementation, as well as materials, take-home materials for the parents you train. And so here it is right here, the slides. And there's 3 main goals to you training parents. The goals are number 1, or the first is you want parents to be able to identify why their communication, let me move my picture out of the way, why communicating with their youth or young adults, their daughters and their sons, why they should communicate with them, not just about avoiding alcohol and drug use, but also messages to promote their healthy behaviors, their wellness. And that is to improve their whole physical and mental health. That's what PPW programs are. They're more holistic because they address multiple common risks among young people. Most adolescents in the United States do not get enough physical activity, do not eat breakfast, do not eat enough fruits and vegetables, do not get enough sleep, and do not practice regular stress control and relaxation. Okay. And of course, as you all know, many are also at risk for alcohol and other substance use. That's why we have the SPORT program. The second objective, and these are objectives for you training your parents or caregivers, is you're going to walk them through, your parents through this a 3-step evidence-based model for providing brief messages and goal planning experiences to their sons and daughters at home that integrates alcohol and drug prevention with healthy lifestyle behavior promotion. Thirdly, you're going to review with your parents and you're going to allow them to practice providing some of these brief positive behavior and image messages, and then setting goals for their youth. And you're going to give them, during your training of your parents, following these slides, an opportunity to practice those things. And it's all set out in the slides. Very simple. You don't have a manual with the parent program. You simply have the slides. Very easy. And you also have a very important packet of materials to copy and to give to your parents to take home. Okay, that's the parent program. Very briefly, the parent program. Now, let's take a look at the number 1 program that you were interested in, and that is the new, excuse me, did I say marijuana? Sport, I meant the new SPORT PPW media campaign. Let me see if I can pull that up first, and then I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to pull it up on my desktop first of all, and then I'll share it with you. So I'm actually gonna, okay, so that's not the one, and here it is right here. Okay, so let me just switch to share with you my screen. Okay, so let me just close this off in the back. Okay, so here, what you're seeing here are actually the files that you would get for your sport alcohol PPW media campaign. So it's just a lot of stuff. Okay, so let me just go down the list with you and highlight some things here. So one thing you have is you've got you've got I'm trying to see what this one is. Preview. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
Hello. Follow along as I show you how.
All right. Let me pause. Let me pause that one. Hang on a second. That's not what I wanted to. Hang on a second. I don't want to show you that. Just bear with me a minute here. I want to make sure we Yeah, you may or may not be seeing a video, but it's not what I want you to see. All right, let's go back to the list again. So again, hopefully you're able to see this. What you've got here is all of the what you'll get is a digital download of your whole media campaign. And so some of the things you'll see, let's start right here, is our videos. I think you have actually 6 videos. And so these videos are about a minute or 2 in length, and they address each of the key topics in a sport program. But these videos can be downloaded for social media purposes. So so I don't know if I could show any of these videos. Let me let's come back to the videos in a minute. But let me just say what they address. They address, again, the key topics of sport, physical activity generally, regular physical activity, healthy breakfast and nutrition, sleep, social norms around physical activity, and lastly, recommendations for overall wellness. And so you've got these 6 brief videos with dynamic images of youth, narration, content, great materials for a media campaign. Also, going down the list, you've got so I think what I've got here, I think I've got the wrong, hang on a second. I think I've got the wrong content up there. Let me just check this. My apologies for, okay. I'm trying to show you the sport program, the sport. Okay, so yeah, I've got the wrong. Let me take that out. And I think I've got the wrong flash drive in there for the sport media campaign. Here it is here. So just bear with me. I'm gonna plug it in right now. I was confused because you were confused because I was confused. There's no doubt about it. All right, there it is. Let me see if I can go back and pull that up for you so you could see it again. I'm just going to grab onto it and see. Okay, so this is finally. So this is it. This is the content that you get in your alcohol program, your alcohol media campaign. And look at how much stuff you get there. It's just a ton of information. So as I was saying, I was trying to say, and I was completely confused. You have these mini videos of a minute or 2. I'm going to try to show one. I'm not sure it's going to come through or not. Let me click on it. Let me see if it opens up.
Regular physical activity.
Let me see if I could share it.
Do your friends have your well-being in mind and encourage you to engage in habits that promote your fitness and health?
I don't know if you could see this, and you may or may not be able to hear it, but at least if you can't hear it, you can see the images of the video. And this is a video that you can post on your social media to get the word out about fit and healthy active lifestyles and how alcohol interferes. So we've connected the alcohol as harms, physical activity, alcohol harms, nutrition, alcohol harms, sleep, and so on. And built with
social support from friends and family
And built within each of these mini videos, I might add, at the end of them, it gives a link for youth to click on to do a screening survey of their health behaviors right out of the sport program, and then click on the link to complete a goal plan to improve their health habits. So that's within each of these 6 mini videos. So I think they're great videos. I think they're tremendously dynamic, and I think your youth, target youth, will find them useful. And you get 6 of these, as I said: physical activity, and again, right from the sport content, physical activity, regular physical activity. As you can see here, physical activity norms, sleep, nutrition, and recommendations for wellness. In addition to the videos, you also have a bunch of content. You've got, let me see, adolescent health behaviors and mental health. That's a blog, kind of a thing you can post. And these things, again, you can download your logo to, you can edit them, because most of it you can see is in Word document. You get slides like marketing literacy training, very important, so you could train youth about how alcohol companies go about marketing their products to youth, and how prevention messages and marketing could do better. So I think that's a very, very good training. And there's the slides. It's all right there for you to present to your youth. You give 10 banners and posters. So you can use these, to post within your school district, within your community. I think you make some of them even as large to fit on such things as buses, etc. That's a typical thing. And you can see all of these banners and posters. There's a ton of them. So you get a lot of options for content. Again, you've got different blogs and materials, exercises, medicine for youth. How much sleep do you really need? How to help someone experiencing an alcohol overdose, mental well-being factors for youth, negative effects of underage drinking. All really, really good content. There's an online youth pre-test and post-test health behavior survey. If you want to maybe pre-test all of your youth before you launch a media campaign, and then post-test them after the campaign to see what kind of an impact it has. And this pre and post-test measures not just health behaviors, all of those targeted in the sport program, physical activity, nutrition, sleep, alcohol, actually other 5 different substances, and also risk and protective factors associated with substance use. Really good pre and post survey. Protective factors is a path to better youth. Let's see, reducing alcohol improves school success. These are, again, content blogs. Let's see here, the sport alcohol social media posts. These are the posts that you can cut and paste and put into your social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever you want. And there's just pages and pages of them. Each of them includes a great illustration or photo, so you can drop a photo in, you can drop your brief message in. And again, all this content is aimed at, number one, highlighting the benefits and positive images of healthy behaviors, and number two, linking how alcohol and drug use interferes or harms those positive behaviors and images. You've got the parent youth flyers right here, if you want to use the flyers, disseminate those widely throughout your school district or your region. Underage drinking, myths and facts. What is alcohol use disorder? And youth health behavior survey, youth health behavior survey, and goal plan. That's the health behavior survey. I don't see it here. I think I missed it somewhere. There's actually a description. Let me see if I could find it here. I'm sure I went right over the top of it. Let me go to the top and go down. Alcohol, exercise, how to sleep, it should be called the sport. Oh, the media campaign, alcohol media campaign. I talked about that. Media posts. There's, I still don't see it somewhere. I'm missing it off the, but it's a description of how you could send out an announcement to your community. It could be newspapers, it could be radio, it could be online, and it describes, sort of introduces everyone to the fact that your organization is launching this social marketing media campaign to address alcohol prevention, but also protective healthy behavior. So I think it's a really good, fully loaded, ready to use campaign that includes everything from print materials to social media materials to PowerPoint slides that have lessons, to evaluation tools, your screening and goal plans for the youth, because really that's the action. You want them to think about their health habits. You want to provide them positive messaging. You want them to set goals so that there's something that comes from your media campaign rather than just awareness. Okay. So for example, let me just show you the media posts. If just pull up the media posts and share these. So for example, here's the first media post about physical activity last year. Sports physical activity is a great way to get regular exercise. However, alcohol and active lifestyle don't mix. And that could be one post. You get an image and you've got that posted, and you could add anything else you want to that. There's more physical activity last year posts. See, some of these we've also included within the posts the health behavior screening survey, so to get youth to click on that and think about their health habits, and then get them to try to set a goal to improve their healthy behaviors and pledge to avoid alcohol and drug use. So that's built into many of these messages. And you can see some of the images, and you can see the content: physical activity norms, nutrition and breakfast, sleep, and then many alcohol messages, alcohol myths, social norm messages most youth do not use. And then even beyond that, there's some great messages: healthy alternatives to drinking, plan ahead, just lots and lots and lots of content for, I think, days and weeks of your social media campaign, all built in, for you, ready to use. And if you want to edit it, if you want to drop in your logo, your organizational logo or anything like that, you can do it very, very easily. Okay, so any questions about the sport PPW media campaign? I showed you that. Let's just take a very brief look at Sport 2. Sport 2, again, our 6-session program. So here it is. This is the middle school version. I just wanted to show you, here's the difference between our other PPW programs, which are 1 lesson, and Sport 2, which is actually 6 lessons. And you can see the difference you've got from section 2 on: lessons on moderate aerobic physical activity, vigorous exercise, muscle strengthening physical activity, healthy nutrition, monitoring food and calorie intake, and getting adequate sleep and controlling stress. So you got individual lessons. All of them integrate avoiding alcohol and drug use with promoting these protective wellness behaviors. That's the Sport 2 program. Okay, I've covered a lot of ground. You've seen just about everything. I think, let me see if anybody has any questions or comments. Okay, so people are saying hello, which is awesome. Good morning, good afternoon to everybody here. We got people from all over the country, all the way in Yakima, Washington. For each program, elementary through high school, is it recommended to isolate grade level? For example, elementary at 5th grade, middle school at 7th grade. That's a good question from Stephanie. That's really a personal preference. you know what, I think that's the first time we've ever gotten that message. I will tell you, Stephanie, that let's just take, for example, the middle school version of sport. In middle school typically refers to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You know, the old junior highs would, if there are any of those remaining, were just 7th and 8th grade. I think, you know, those are typically referred to that age group of age 10 to 14, young adolescents. So I think you could show that to all of those age groups, and you could do that if you're showing it within a school. You could show that, you know, within individual grades, a 6th grade, a 7th grade, an 8th grade, but not necessarily. I mean, I think young adolescents, excuse me, can be grouped across those age groups. Same with high school. You've got ages, you know, 14 to 18. So there, you know, you got freshman, junior, senior, sophomore, junior, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and it's not necessary, I don't think, to segregate them into groups. So it's really, again, the PPW programs are a great tool for your prevention toolbox. It's going to be a tool you can use much more than you know, more extensive or lengthy programs. And so experiment with it, see what works best for you. But I don't see any need to segregate or any need to in fact, collapse across age grades, if you will. So see what works best for you and for your youth and what you want to accomplish. And again, remember, Stephanie, you got built-in evaluation tools. You've got tools to assess the quality of implementation, fidelity of implementation, and pre-post surveys as well. So that's a great question. If I didn't answer that, Stephanie, let me know with a follow-up question. That's all right. That's all right, Tony. Didn't do the poll, not a problem. Let's see, everybody's seeing, they're hearing. Talk is gone now. Yeah, I think that one video, the talk disappeared a little bit. Okay, let me see. This is, are there any other questions or any other comments? Here's one from Rachel. Is it a one-time purchase? If a school wants to implement, are they having to purchase every year? So, Rachel, that's a good question. Most of I think I'm trying to think of all of our programs. Let's just go with the manual. If you go with the manual program, it is sold on a per teacher basis, a per implementer basis. So that teacher orders their manual, they get the manual, physical manual, they get the download, they copy to their computer, and they can implement that to dozens or hundreds of youth as long as they want. It's a one shot, one purchase. If they want to share the manual, they're welcome to do it. They're not able to copy it. It's got do not copy. It's copyright protected, so you're not supposed to copy the manual. But you can share the manual, and of course you got the digital downloads. You can share if you want to. It's best in our experience to have everybody who's going to be implementing, let's say, a sport high school program, to have their own manual. Just makes things much easier, both in terms of practicing and then finally actually implementing it with youth. So I think the video program, which I didn't show you, but you get a little sense of the video anyway with what I did show you. I think that video program is for per teacher as well. I believe all of our things are per teacher. The parent program, except for even the media campaign is per teacher. although the media campaign is really designed to be implemented broadly within a whole school district or region by that one teacher. So I think we price all of our materials per teacher. So, and these things are all one-time purchases. So you get your manual and download. For the video program, you get the video, it's yours. Parent program, you get the materials to train parents. Sport 2, you get the manual. And the media campaign, it's all yours. All that content is yours. You download it to your computer, you start implementing it. So so really long way to answer, Rachel. It's a one purchase, you have it. There's no subscription and multiple purchases, at this point. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Rachel. Let me just double check and see if anybody else had any other questions or comments. So this is your last chance. Oh, I see one more Q&A. There's a one-time purchase. That was Rachel's, and I don't see any other chat. So what I'm going to do today is, as soon as we're done, don't need to email me or get back with me. I'm going to email you, including in that email is a certificate, 1 hour CEU, a link to this recorded training session, the PowerPoint slides, and a PDF. And again, you're welcome to share those widely with your friends and colleagues. And you don't need to email me. If you don't see that in your mailbox today, check your spam, because the attachments, it's likely was sent to spam. So thank you so much for attending. God bless you for all you do for youth, working with youth and families in your region. If there's anything we could do to help you at Prevention Plus Wellness, let us know. We are having a webinar Thursday, same time, on and that's, I think, why I was a little confused maybe with some of the things I said. We're going to talk about the marijuana Prevention Plus Wellness program. Okay, marijuana Prevention Plus Wellness program. All right, thanks everyone. Have an awesome day. Protect yourselves, and if you can, protect somebody else too. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else too. All right, bye-bye everyone. Thank you.